Hello, and thank you for tuning in to Connections and Directions, our University of Michigan Civil and Environmental Engineering podcast. My name is Michelle Santillan, and I am the CEE Marketing Communications Specialist and host of this series. During our podcasts, we are featuring members of our CEE community and how their work reflects our mission of engineers in service to society. We will be highlighting our strategic directions and our commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion. CEE's 5 strategic directions are human habitat experience, shaping resource flows, adaptation, automation, and smart infrastructure finance. I'm here today with Joyce Kennedy, CEE Administrative Assistant Senior. And welcome, Joyce. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for inviting me.
How long have you worked at U of M and specifically in CEE?
So in March of 2023, I have been at the university for 13 years. And in February, it was 2 years at CEE.
And what is your role in the department?
So mainly administrative and financial, different duties. I'm in the Environmental and Water Resources Engineering building, and I mainly support the faculty and students on the environmental and water side of CEE. I'm on several teams within CEE and perform various roles. One of those teams is the purchasing team. And I order lab supplies, we process invoices, sometimes we need to add suppliers to the database, we create requisitions, we purchase airfare and conference registration for faculty and students. Anything that requires purchasing, we're usually a part of that. I'm also on the administrative team, and we do a lot of different requests. We handle a lot of different requests that come in. You never really know what is going to come up next. We do requests for shipping labels, different conference room reservations, reimbursement requests for guests and visitors and students. There's also additional ones, like I do monthly expense reconciliation and create purchase expense reports for all of the faculty that are on the environmental and water side. I also handle event coordination for several annual department events. Let's see. During the winter term, I work with the 880 seminar lead and handle the coordination for guest speakers that come in every week during the winter term, so approximately about 15 visitors that come in. And then any other request or assignment that could come in at any time, such as working on case books for promotions and tenure, so things like that. So it's a lot of different things. It's a big variety. So.
It sounds like a lot of tasks that you have that are essential to keeping the department running. And how do you see yourself participating in our strategic directions?
So I have been on the Strategic Directions Committee since I joined CEE. And although I'm not doing research for the directions, I do feel that I contribute by using my organizational skills to successfully plan and execute our distinguished lecture series.
And now that you mentioned that, can you tell me a little bit more in an overview fashion about the Strategic Directions webinars?
Sure. So as far as what my role is for those is we would typically try to schedule 5 lectures, and I would handle the creation of the Zoom webinar, handle all of the registration for that, pre-submitted questions. I work pretty closely with the speaker and the panelist on what their role is. work on the script. We usually have some type of script for that, just a general format for our webinar. And we will typically schedule a dry run to run through that. And then we have our actual event.
So it sounds like a lot of administrative work, really, in organizing that and then doing the follow-up, too. So,
Yes.
but definitely an important contribution to the webinar series. How does our mission of engineers in service to society resonate with you?
I love that phrase. I really feel that it's a good reminder that we're performing research and doing work here for the betterment of all of us.
And how do you see DEI incorporated in the department, not necessarily to a specific class or research area, but overall?
Well, I'm actually on the DEI committee this past year, and I was a part of the Early Career Researcher Seminar Series subcommittee. So that was very exciting to work on that. We just launched that initiative in May, and I think it's a really great opportunity and a mechanism for underrepresented groups and early, researchers to present their work. So I'm very excited about that. We had 20 applications that came back for consideration, and they're currently all under review. And we will be doing some virtual seminars starting in the fall. So that's great.
It sounds like an exciting effort that's underway there. And what do you enjoy most about your job?
There were two things that really attracted me to this position. And the first one was location. I worked for the first 11 years at Central Campus, so I was interested in moving away from Central into North Campus. So that was the one thing. Then the second thing was the hours for this position. It's not a 100% effort, it's 75%. So I work 30 hours a week. And I have an hour commute, so that certainly helps. During the regular academic year, I'm able to work, from 9 to 4. And then part of the best thing is during the summer right now, I can squeeze all my hours into 4 days. And so I'm off 3 days and then I work 4. So that's probably the best. That's probably the best thing. I'm about 4 years from retirement, so I'm kind of easing into that now. So I was looking for a position where I could kind of ease into that. Also, I've been married for 38 years. I have 3 kids and 4 grandchildren, so I'm looking forward to spending, I can spend a little bit more quality time with them. So that's really the best part about this position. I mean, I love working here and I love working with everybody, but those were the two things that really drew me to this position.
And it sounds like you have a great plan as you're moving ahead, too. Right. Is there anything else that you would like to add?
Well, I have really enjoyed working at CEE and at COE for the last 2 years. I really do feel that they value their employees and their staff. So, and I'm looking forward to working here until I retire. So.
Well, thank you for spending part of your afternoon with us, and thank you to our listeners. Thank you for listening to our podcast conversation. For more information about CEE at Michigan, please visit our website at cee.umich.edu. You can also reach our YouTube channel and Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn pages from our website.